Yo, No Condom Podcast, episode 2046.
Bong. This is the year fucking 2064.
Get your willy infected just from walking down the street.
Yeah, we're still listening to Nas.
I've been listening to Nas. I don't know what that ball guy's comments are about.
I think he is fucking too busy with his balls. Like fucking don't know what's going on in the world. Like fucking people are still woke. Like we're not all just future amigos.
Well, it's just that's what almost concerned me about the comments is like, the one thing if you said like Kendrick or you said something, but like the fact that you said like real hip hop is Migos and Future.
Right?
Like I don't think I could agree with that.
Like Future has some songs that I like, not like.
Yeah, not taking away from them, but that's not what I would embody as real hip hop. Like Future has some joints, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or probably more than I realized, because I don't listen to him that much.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. I don't really listen to him. Like he's not in my playlist, but when I'm out, I'm like, oh, I like this song. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's Future, okay.
And from Future is that Mask Off joint sick.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, just
Mask Off.
Mask Off.
The message isn't probably the best, but it's still pretty funny.
Molly Percocet. But that's the thing, yeah. It's like artists like Nas gave you shit like what goes around, like it's poison. Ecstasy, coke, you say it's love, but it's poison.
But like,
and now the rappers nowadays are like,
what is real hip hop though? Is like, so like, does somebody have to be like kind of like woke and kind of like lyrical, and what is real hip hop?
I say real hip hop is. See, that's a hard question to answer.
It is.
I say like real hip hop.
Because like I'm not okay, but kind of like Migos and like Lil Yachty, like are they just making music they like, and like they're vibing in the studio and that's what they like. Kind of like a lot of artists that are real hip hop, they like kind of what is framed as like real hip hop, but like these guys are just having fun in the studio making music, like, and it has the hip hop beats to it. So is it real hip hop because that's what they're into?
See, and that's the thing. Like, I guess you can't really take away from people in which that's what they listen to, but or are driven by. But I just feel like
Does it have to have a message?
I feel like not every song has to have a message, but I feel like a real hip hop artist has a message to convey somewhere in that music.
Okay, maybe not on every song, but
yeah, maybe not every song, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like you cop the album, there's at least one or two songs about something. I think another thing that makes real hip hop and a real MC that is overlooked a lot in today's world, and which is why everybody fell in love with Kendrick, but is the art of storytelling.
Yeah.
All your great storytellers always go down as some of the best rappers in history. I don't think people realize that. Like Tupac, Brenda's Got a Baby, one of the best stories in hip hop, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And that Eminem, great storyteller, and that was like one thing that.
You know the dope storyteller that's like new is like Dave East.
Is he a good storyteller?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people are hopping on him. Dave East is dope. I haven't checked like an overly extensive amount of his work, but I've checked like quite a bit of it.
He's dope. I got the new project.
Yeah, I haven't checked it yet.
Yeah, it's fire.
I gotta check that.
It's short. And there's maybe like one, maybe like there's one that I'm like I'm not really on.
Oh shit.
But then there's like
shout outs to Alicia. Oh my god. Thanks, babe. You got breakfast sandwiches here.
I just kind of lost track of everything I was talking about because, goddamn. Look at this.
The Dave East album, though.
Oh yeah, the Dave East album. Yeah, it's like there's one song I'm like, oh, that's alright. And the rest of it, fire.
Really?
Yeah. And then like the one, it says featuring Nas, and I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get a Nas verse. And Nas just talks in the beginning.
Oh no.
Yeah. But then like the song's pretty dope too though. And I seen the interview and like that's what he wanted. He was just like he wanted people to hear him actually rap like. So that obviously the Nas feature on it says featuring Nas. People are gonna click on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like he actually like he story told on that one. He story told on that one was pretty dope.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that. See, like that's a part of the art that I think makes a real hip hop artist. Like everyone told stories. Biggie, Slick Rick, obviously. Like a good story makes a good hip hop artist. Nas.
So getting back to this, like, who really cares about this? Like, this basketball player saying what's real hip hop like? Why is that a big discussion? I don't know.
Just because he's culturally at the moment.
Somebody that people pay attention to.
Yeah. That's about it. It's not like he doesn't hold the standard of what real hip hop is, like.
Right.
But it's a good question though, as far as what you did ask before, like what does make a real hip hop artist? Now I don't think you have to rap over boom bap beats all the time. You don't have to, you know. But another thing I think makes real hip hop is most of your songs should have samples in them.
You think that's a?
I think it's fundamental. Because hip hop is built on sampling.
What about artists like Swiss and like Timbo that are kind of like more like they're not as much samples.
They're not as known for their samples, but they both sample.
But they're kind of more known for their stuff than not sample.
Well, it goes both ways. I agree with you, but and like Pharrell too.
Yeah.
Pharrell doesn't sample a whole lot. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you don't need samples. See, it's hard to say, but like, if there's not samples, there's got to be a vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
But I feel like
it's a hard question though.
Well, Timbo, I feel like samples more than Swiss.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Swiss's beats are like keyboard.
Yeah.
But and I bet like, well, I'm trying to think, like the old DMX albums have samples on them. I think Slip In or like What These Bitches Want. I'm not sure if that's a sample, but it sounds like it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't think. I think it's too hard of a question.
Yeah.
What is real hip hop? I don't know.
I guess it's kind of like what you said earlier. It's the hip hop you like.
Yeah. And you're in the studio and you're making what you like and you like it.
But I guess with that said, what's the criteria of making actual hip hop now, or making what this new vibe music is?
Yeah, I found like over time, like there's always been like artists that are lyrical and artists that are more vibe. Like Tupac is more of a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guys like Nas and Jay-Z and
We're more lyrical.
more lyrical.
Although
But look how great
Jay-Z could do a vibe too.
Yeah. But like look around. Look at how long Snoop's been around. Snoop's not lyrical. But he creates vibe music. Snoop is vibe music.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And I wouldn't take all Snoop's lyrical credibility from him. Like I wouldn't say he's not lyrical at all, but
compared to like guys that we look at as lyrical, though.
Yeah. He's not like top tier.
No. But as far as vibe music, he's top tier.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree with for sure. Like, yeah, I don't know, that's the thing. I think it's about mastering a good balance between vibe and being technical.
It's almost like the vibe, like basically on the song title and everything like that. Like I feel when I listen to Ice Cube's "Today's a Good Day," I feel like he's having a good day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like whatever. What's your topic? Am I making you feel that way? I think on my song, "Lost in the Clouds," it feels smoky in the room. It feels like you're high. Like.
Yeah, vibe is very important.
And like Slick Rick, even though storytelling, like it kind of like he puts you in a vibe too. Like like it's almost like you're right into the story.
Yeah. Opposed to just a story being told.
Right.
Which, no disrespect, but I feel like sometimes Biggie's stories just sound like a story you're being told. Or sometimes Nas's stories even too. It just sound like a story you're being told.
Yeah.
And like Eminem was good at like actually capturing a vibe as well, but at being technical, but when he told a story, he put you in that zone.
Yeah.
Like you felt like you were there watching it happen. Yeah, and that's the thing too, so it's like it's a hard balance because some guys, I think the popular thing in today's music is a lot of people are just vibes.
I think that's why I have dope songs, I think. But like I think a lot of people haven't really like, cause like they're not technically super good.
Yeah.
But like all that you need, I sound cocky on that.
Yeah.
I'm like saying like I'm all you need. Like I sound like fucking arrogant on that shit. Like and that's what I'm trying to go for. And like I think like I always look at like artists like like Snoop and Tupac and fucking newish Schoolboy Q. He's not really technical, but like he's a funny guy, and like you get that in his music too.
Yeah.
It's like you're chilling in the room and he's cracking jokes.
See, and that's another thing I like too, which I think makes a good MC, is humility. And like just being able to laugh at yourself and like be yourself in the booth. Like a lot of cats, when they go in the booth, they start taking themselves way more serious than they do when they're out of it. And I feel like when you can transfer that over into your music, like just your funny, laugh at yourself type personality, it makes the music so much better. It just makes it feel more real, you know what I mean? Like, and that's to a degree why I think the new Jay album was so received so well, because it's like really one of the first times he stripped down and like got really like humble and humiliated on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was Jigga Man was always the man for that, right? So like, yeah, I think that takes a big toll, is like to be able to transfer your funny self or just yourself into the booth. And so like, but some cats, yeah, like they just like Schoolboy Q. I never checked a whole extensive amount of his stuff, just because when he dropped, I was looking for more technical stuff at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I kind of missed it.
Well, he's coming from that camp too with Kendrick, which is technical. Right?
Yeah, I've heard guest features he's done and stuff, which like they sound like half technical, half just kind of like, you know what I mean? It's hard to like, I don't know. But a lot of MCs I respect hold them in high regard too. Like from your Joe Buddens and like Royce the 5'9" and like dudes who are technical hold him in high regard. So a lot of times when I see that too, it makes me like, you know what I mean? It gives me a respect for an artist, even though I might not really dig their music a whole lot. But it's like,
yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
It's like if these type of people see artistic quality in you, then there's got to be something there.
Like sometimes, like I'm not really too big on Joey Badass, but I go back every once in a while because like I hear so many people bigging them up, like people that I respect. So I'm like, there has to be something I'm missing.
Yeah.
But,
and see, and that's one thing I think a lot of people, because the game's changed so much, people don't really come up through other people anymore as often as they used to. And like the cosign is a big thing. Like back in the days, like if a dude who was good co-signed somebody, then like you'd be stripping that album bare to find out what you're not hearing.
That's why I got on Davies, because
Nas co-signed him, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, Nas don't co-sign people.
No.
Like, you don't.
But a lot of times when he does, I feel like...
He said stuff in interviews and stuff like that, but like, as far as like, signing and working with somebody...
Yeah.
Like, he's picked up quite a few people just in interviews and stuff like that. But it's different when you sign them and...
Yeah. And put them out.
Yeah.
And even just like back in the days, like, you know what I mean? Like, Biggie kind of co-signed Jay-Z, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Or Big L a little bit, like those co-signs are important for like people who like us. I mean, we might be part of a dying breed now, but people who appreciate the artistic quality in other artists, because then it's like, yeah, if you dig this person, then I must be missing something. Mm-hmm. I've done that a lot of times. Even, I'm not gonna lie, growing up I wasn't a huge Outkast fan, and it wasn't until like Eminem said on the joint, like, Tupac and Reggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada Corrupt, Nas, and then me. And I'm like, shh, Andre from Outkast, and like kind of made me go back, and like, and then over time I've heard other artists like Drake and like so many other artists come out and be like,
I was always a big Outkast fan. Like, I didn't get, like, I think Andre is better, but like I didn't get how people like just dismissed Big Boy.
Big Boy completely.
Yeah, like, he's fire too. Like,
Big Boy is dope.
He's not as good as Andre, but as far as like, he's better than
a lot of rappers. He is good, actually. Like, he always has. Yeah, he is dope. It's kind of like the Mobb Deep effect, though. You know what I mean? It's like Prodigy just outshines Havoc so much that like Havoc is actually like an up to par MC. Like, he's not whack. You know what I mean? But it's just like Prodigy's just so unique that it kind of like overshadows the normal MC talent of like the other guy in the group to a degree. Because Havoc, if you listen to like his verses, you know what I mean? Like, he's up to par. Like, he's not a Cool G rapper or anything, you know what I mean? But he's like up to par. Like, his syllable structures are on point. He's got like some dope. Like, sometimes I've heard mob songs where his punchlines are the sharpest stinger. Like, the now Miller put these to sleep like Benadryl. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes Havoc hits you with some stingers. Yeah, I love
Havoc. Like, and yeah, it's like, and like sometimes just like, yeah, it's almost like Prodigy is the technical.
Yeah.
And Havoc is the vibe.
Yeah. But even though, if you actually look at technicality, like, Havoc is actually with the pen maybe more technical than Prodigy is.
Yeah.
Prodigy is like kind of original and all over the place, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's dope, and that original style and the way he like rhymes things off like cue, and like the way that like he'll rhyme things that don't really rhyme, and like just all those.
That's what I'm saying. Havoc is the vibe. Because like most times he made a lot of those beats, so like he's rhyming in the pocket that he knows that he made the beat in.
Yeah, that's where Prodigy just kind of. See, even in that sense though, it almost makes me say Prodigy's the vibe.
Yeah.
Because even though he was lyrical with the vibe, he kind of just rode on the beat as to where like Havoc was like a technical MC in almost every song. And in some songs, it kind of outshined P a little bit because, like, the technicality worked. But then P was just so good with going on a vibe and being lyrical at the same time that it's like, damn. But I agree, like, having made the beats and stuff, so he was like, he's obviously a main part of the vibe as well. But, like, I feel like they got a good balance of it, though. Like, there's a lot of times when, like, you might not have, like, completely been impressed with what P did. Havoc had a verse that hit you with some stingers or something, you know what I mean? But like, especially in their later work, like in their early work, P was, I feel like, always kind of outshining Havoc.
So I think like Big Boy, people sleep on Big Boy.
Yeah, they do. I wonder if that's why they did the Split album. Speakerbox and Love Below, and kind of like did the solo things.
That's like at the time that was the biggest selling hip hop album.
Was it really?
Yeah, I was like, come on. I'm like, I love the albums before that.
That's because of Hey Ya, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a pop single, pretty much.
Yeah. People still shake it like a Polaroid picture.
I mean, I do. Like, I got a lot of junk in the trunk.
When did the Pigeon Walk?
No, Pigeon Walk is fire. So we're getting into?
Speaking of dancing, yeah. I think it all boils down.
Newest trend, the fucking pigeon walk.
The pigeon walk. They gotta see it to believe it. The pigeon pivot. You pivot out with one foot and an arm, and go. And then you pull back, do a couple little two-step thing. Pivot out with the other arm.
It's like the two steps like kind of like side to side.
It's like front to front. Well, front to back.
Front to back, but with like kind of like a like you're swimming.
You like swim. It's like you're like throwing a basketball while you swim at the same time.
It's like it's not like you're full swimming. Like you stretch your arm out like you're gonna swim, but you bring it back.
And then you go in the process.
Yes. And then you do a couple of those in a row.
Then you do a full spin.
And you do a full spin, but you gotta do the
in the whole circle.
When it comes around.
The dog doesn't like us doing pigeon voices.
I know, eh?
By the way, No Condom Podcast. We're doing this episode in Toronto right now. In case you're wondering why you hear all this traffic and shit, or this dog barking.
Done know.
You done know.
T-Dot.
Yo, it's just this little hood dog we picked up in the alley. And we're like, yo, what's up, fam? And he wanted to come chill, so we brought him up to come chill.
Yeah, dog.
You know.
We're saying yeah, dog.
He's my West End man's right here. Princess.
When we actually say yeah, dog, we're actually talking to a dog.
Yo, Princess, let him know what's good. Nah, she's cool right now.
Chilling.
But yeah, so
cool.
back to the dancing though.
Yo, dancing like. So like, I still gotta learn the Millie Rock. I feel like
I still haven't seen the Millie Rock, but I'm confident now after watching Obi do it all day yesterday that I can dab.
That is like simple. Yeah,
it's basically like you're like, it's like it reminds me.
You're late to the party, eh?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a fainting goat.
Yeah, but you're so late to the party.
You like throw your arm up and like faint like a fainting goat for a second, and then
why were you talking about the dab? Like the dab's like you're so old to the party. Like I was doing that like a year ago.
I missed the dab.
Okay.
I was dabbing too much THC.
Oh yeah.
And dabbling and too much.
So you're doing better dabbing. You're doing better dabbing than I was doing.
I was dabbing crack.
Joe, that's hardcore.
That's what's up.
Yo, you do it like a dab? That's fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, I just put the rock in the ting and like mix it around and like
get the fucking torch going.
Yeah.
Yo.
I like to mix it with meth.
That's fire.
It is fire, and sometimes it lights on fire, and then it chars your teeth.
You ever just want to drip acid on mushrooms?
Damn. Can you imagine soaking a mushroom completely in acid? And letting it dry out and then eating it? You could probably like share like one mushroom with like 5 people.
Next weekend? I'm joking.
Make a batch of some LSD.
Yo, the sneeze is real. The moisture is real off that.
Yo.
You gotta like fucking.
You gotta get it moist. You gotta keep it moist.
We gotta talk about that, but we're not gonna get off dancing yet.
Alright,
but
well.
The moisture is real is definitely a topic too.
The moisture is real.
And like I feel like if you've got the dance moves, then you can create the moisture in the panties. Like if you got the dance moves, like just break them down and then like, oh my god, I love how you just spin like that. And just fucking. I
love the way that pigeon rolls off your tongue.
Yeah. I just imagine doing pigeon calls to my pussy, like.
Does it get you moist yet, baby? Oh fuck. But yeah, man, I don't know, like it's like the evolution of dancing though. Whatever happened to the Crip Walk?
Right? I think Snoop shut it down, like he's like, yo.
Oh yeah. Yo, that's so funny in that one song.
Yeah.
And if you ain't
if you ain't gangbanging, if you ain't then stop sea walking.
And if you see walking, you best to see crippin'. And that goes for kids too, and R&B singers. Quit crip walking if you're not a gangbanger. Yeah, it was such a hard addressing of the subject in that song. I remember thinking like, whoa, Snoop.
Yeah.
It goes for kids too, and R&B singers. You're basically saying like you better crip if you crip walk.
Yeah.
And if you're crip walking without cripping, then start cripping.
I stopped crip walking after that. I was crip walking before that.
Yeah, that was pretty serious.
Snoop shut it down.
Snoop kind of did shut it down. I almost thought Jay-Z was going to shut down auto-tune, but it didn't quite happen.
I thought so too. Like that was a moment.
Yeah, it was. And he kind of ended, I feel like, T-Pain's career with that. T-Pain wasn't popping after that came out. But then these new kids...
You don't even realize T-Pain was dope though.
Yeah.
No, like, we're talking about like vibe music.
Yeah.
Like fucking, you put on T-Pain and like, just fucking have a couple...
T-Pain did have a vibe, but now he's like even coming out with like lyrical shit. Like he like raps now.
Yeah.
And he's like dope. Like David Banner too. David Banner's someone who I was like so surprised at like the transformation he made. He's so political and stuff. You ever watch his interviews?
Yeah.
It's like he was probably always like that, but you just never like seen that side of him, right?
Well, he came out with like a pimp, right?
Yeah, which is a jam still.
Oh yeah. That was a huge. That beat was just insane.
That beat is insane. I still bump that song to this day.
Like a pimp.
Get down on the floor, on the floor. Is that a Pimp C sample? Get down on the floor, on the floor.
I don't know.
Or a Bun B sample or something. Get down on the floor, on the floor.
You should have had Bun on it instead of Lil Flip though.
Yo, but did you watch the Bun interview on Drink Champs?
Fire. I love that interview.
That interview is fire, except Nori keeps bringing up the same thing. Yo, remember when Pimp C met me and he looked me right up and down? It was like
the first time I got checked.
First time I got checked, and I respected it because I was like, that's how I would have checked somebody else. Nori's the shit, man.
Oh yeah,
that
sure.
interview's hilarious. Like they get like so drunk, and then like they just keep. Well, Nori does that a lot. He can bring up the same memory like so many times. The drunker he gets.
Yeah, sometimes like early parts of Drink Champs are better.
Yeah.
Sometimes by the end of the episode, I'm like, ah. Sometimes they kill all the way through, but...
Did you see the LL Cool J one?
Yeah.
It was dope.
Classic.
It was a fire one, actually.
Yeah.
LL kept his composure well throughout it all.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of that, I think LL Cool J does not get the respect he deserves. People sleep on LL.
Some people put him like top... Some people do.
I put him in the top.
Like you hear what in that episode, Nori was talking about, he was like, yo, me and Fat Joe had arguments. Who loves LL Cool J more? Like.
Well, people from the 90s, they respect L, you know what I mean? Especially New York guys. But like, I feel like people from our generation, like L doesn't get the love he deserves.
No, like, well,
classics.
I do, but like a lot of like our peers are like, oh no,
LL's whack.
Yeah, LL's whack.
And even people I know who have really good opinions in hip hop too, they're just like, nah, LL's whack. I'm like, no, he's not, man. LL's dope.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's got some classics, like Big Ol' Butt.
Yeah.
That is a classic.
And like I like some of the ladies records, not all of them.
I like some of the later and ladies records. Like I Shot Ya, classic. Especially the remix.
Yeah.
With Prodigy and Fat Joe and fucking Foxy.
I still
4, 3, 2, 1.
I still have like on this one. I still have like Rock the Bells, like
Rock the Bells, classic.
Yeah.
I Need a Beat.
Yeah.
I Can't Live Without My Radio. Bad.
What was that one album?
No rapper can rap quite like I can.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith has got some bangers on it.
Yeah.
That's got I Shot Ya on it. And the remix, I think.
And it had Doing It.
Doing It.
I still got that song stuck in my head. Doing it, doing it, doing it.
And that beat is crazy. Did you hear that beat was originally supposed to be for Biggie?
Yeah, he said in the Drink Champs episode, yeah. That's crazy. And what he explained, he was like how when Biggie made like fucking ladies records, it was something different. But he was like for Al to make ladies records, it was like kind of like guys respected Biggie doing like the ladies records just because he was like who he was and how he was big like that.
Yeah.
But like a lot of guys didn't respect Al for doing the ladies records.
Yeah.
Because he was
in the earlier times, he started doing them first.
Well, yeah, he started doing them first, but he was like kind of like he was more he wasn't a fat guy. He was
Yeah.
like ladies already liked him.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like, and it is true. Like I think like I'm working on something. Like it is kind of more of a ladies record, but I think like me doing a ladies record compared to like you doing a ladies record.
Yeah.
Is like way different.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of to a degree. I don't really do much lady records either.
But I'm saying
I do a couple.
Like if you really got into one, like it's almost like the difference of kind of like an LL doing a ladies record compared to like a Biggie doing ladies record. It's kind of like that difference.
It's like, yeah, because with someone like Biggie too, he's like a big, you know what I mean? He's a big dude, so it's
like kind of
like Big Pun. You know
like Pun followed that formula.
Yeah.
Like even like I seen an interview, it was like Fat Joe saying like, yeah, well, we followed the Biggie formula, like big guy, like in, you know.
Talking about being a Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pun was crazy.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think people don't give him the props he deserves. And even like, I went and caught probably his last album still, I can't remember what it's called at the moment, from 2013.
I can't remember.
And like, Charlemagne always clowns on LL, and I just think that's like...
That's whack.
It is kind of whack. Like, the one, like,
like
a couple of impersonations he's done of Al have been hilarious, like, no disrespect to Al. But like, you know, like the comedy's there, but like he just he goes in on Al like regularly. He's like one of those like targets.
Yeah.
And just like,
I like Charlemagne, but yeah, that's like you going to Al, come on.
And like, yeah, but people don't give Al the props he deserves, man. Like he did fucking Mama Said Knock You Out.
Yeah.
The 14 Shots to the Dome album, I don't even know if there was a single on it, but that whole album is fire. Produced by Marley Marl. I have it on CD and vinyl.
The 4321.
That's on Phenomenon, I think.
Is it?
That song's fire.
Yeah.
Cannabis, that Cannabis LL battle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
LL's taking out so many MCs too, like Kool Mo D, Ice-T. Even recently I was just watching on Sway's Universe, like L went at EPMD on their own joint on Rampage. You and your squad better praise the true God. Yeah. And then like
you watched that episode of PMD?
Yeah, PMD. I think PMD is another one of those dudes who gets slept on.
Yeah, I watched that episode too. Yeah.
I love PMD.
I watched that. Yeah.
And that actually goes back to what we were saying before about like the technical versus the vibe. I feel like PMD was the more technical MC and Eric Sermon was more the vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, and they're that's a good compliment to each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, PMD's dope, man. I love PMD. He's dropping a new album too, so that's it. Everyone check that. I just feel like a lot at the times now when he raps, it's kind of like, it's just the same as it's always been.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't really elevate at all. I swear even like L, like kind of old school the way he raps now, but like, there's still sort of some elevation in his style throughout the years, you know what I mean?
The last L song that I think I liked was, he put out that one with Raekwon and Murder Mook. Did you see that one?
No, I never heard that.
It was pretty dope. There's a video for it and everything.
He had a dope song before his last album called Jump on it, which I thought might have been produced by Premier, but it wasn't. And then, like at first it was rumored when it came out, like Link said produced by Premier, but then after listening to it a few times I could tell it wasn't a Primo beat.
Yeah.
But it didn't end up on the new album, so I was never able to check production credits for it. But the new album had some jams on it. I don't know how much he actually wrote of it though, but it had some jams on it. I think at that point though, like you're so celebrity that it's like, I could see why he wanted to put out an album like after Def Jam, you know what I mean? Because his whole career had been spent at Def Jam.
Yeah.
So like to put out an album on your own terms would be dope, but like I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a whole lot more coming from Al.
Yeah, and he has that TV show that
that's doing great.
That's doing huge. That lip sync battle.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And I didn't even realize that was like his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like his thing. Like,
yeah.
And like they're, I seen a thing. Yeah, I think it was on Drink Champs.
Talking about it, that's when I realized.
Yeah, like he was licensing it to like other countries. And
yeah.
That's big.
See, Al like is like the first rap hustler. I say, he's the first dude that like, you know, did all that stuff, I feel like.
You might be right. I'm trying to think of anybody else. I don't think anybody else before him. No.
The only other person I could think like might have gotten to movies and stuff, like movies that aren't hip hop at least based first, might be like Ice-T.
Them? Okay, Ice-T might be somebody that got into different things. That's like close in time though.
Yeah, they're like those two are like the two first, I think, like real
Yo, you know what?
rap businessmen.
You know what I bought from The Beat Goes On in Brantford? Fucking. You remember the thing, the show?
Oh yeah.
I bought like the
soundtrack?
Yeah, the soundtrack for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought it just the other day. I haven't listened to it yet.
It's a dope soundtrack. I used to own it.
Yeah.
That could have possibly been.
It was like I was like $4. I'm like, because I remember the DVD thing, and I was like, because I was so ill.
I never saw the show.
Oh, it was super ill.
Really?
Yeah. So like, as soon as I seen like the soundtrack thing, I was like, oh.
What is it? What was the show? Like, was it just like a big rap show and they documented it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Run DMC, Bad Boy, Dog Pound, Wu Tang, all in like a show back in the day. And like, I think there was Onyx. He was on it.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I did see that now. I don't think I did, but I think they touched on it in the
a lot of things like clips for other documentaries and things like that. I always see like them clipping out of that.
Oh really?
I've seen so many other documentaries and like I've seen like parts of things like of them clipping like
out of the show.
Things Snoop said, things Biggie said, like.
Oh, so it's got interviews with all the dudes and they perform and stuff.
Yeah.
That's dope. And it's when everyone is in their prime.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they even had like Russell Simmons go to like the jail and talk to Slick Rick.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget that Slick Rick did so much time in prison, eh?
Yeah.
That hurt his career.
Yeah, for sure.
What did he go for, anyways?
I don't even know. That's something I should know, though. That's something we should know.
Yeah, he spent time in prison.
Yeah.
And then didn't he get deported, or they tried to deport him?
I think I'm not sure on that. Like, I know they probably tried.
I don't think they were successful, though.
Yeah, I don't know, though. I don't know the whole story on that. But we should know, because Slick Rick is a legend.
Yeah.
We're slipping right now, but...
We are slipping. We're slip-ricking.
Because he's one of the greatest storytellers ever.
Slick Rick was ill, yeah, man. Even when like he came back after he got out of prison, some of that shit was ill.
So fire. I had that album.
That's the art of storytelling, isn't it?
Yeah. That had like mad joints on it. Like,
that Run song. I run this.
Oh yeah.
I run this.
Had
run.
The one when it's called like me and Nas.
Oh yeah.
Who does the hardest or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Frozen with Raekwon on there, that was dope. He had one with Cannabis too. I think it was like something with chess. I think it was like Checkmate. No, it wasn't Checkmate. It was something like with chess though.
Cannabis is another dude who doesn't get the props he deserves.
Yeah.
I think all real MCs know how ill Cannabis is, but it's just like his decline and his like.
Yeah.
He seems like in real life he's kind of an asshole.
And even like that battle like ruined everything, kind of like.
Well, with L, yeah.
No, I mean like with L.
Oh, the rap battle, yeah.
Yeah, with disaster, that was so horrible.
You're right. Actually, that was like the nail in Cannabis's coffin. Because you're right. That was like people still wanted to hear from Cannabis at that point.
I like second round knockout.
Yeah, like people wanted to see Cannabis battle still at that point. Like people realized maybe the music he had been making has been lowering in quality, but like
they wanted to see him battle.
People still regarded him as a dope MC, and then once he pulled that stuff out, it showed one of two things. It showed his cockiness, I feel like, because he was like, I don't even have to memorize my shit. Like I'm gonna just go in here and spit out of a book, and like I'm the best. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you kind of got rocked like doing that, you know.
Yeah.
And with that being said too, like don't get me wrong, I love Cannabis. He's a fucking fire MC, and I don't think he does get the props he deserves. But I think it's one of those things where like things you do after sometimes dictate your past, even though you've left a mark and a legacy. Like
it's almost like somebody
like Africa Bambaataa. It's a horrible thing to compare it to, but fucking less than those guys. You know what I mean? It's like you do something that gets found out so further along the line that it tarnishes everything you left in the past.
Even like Mystical just recently fucking
the Mystical shit's
getting
crazy.
charged with rape again.
That shit's crazy.
Like, he was already charged with rape before.
You'd think the guy that made Shake Your Ass wouldn't need to rape women.
Right?
Like, you would think that guy would just be like...
Just put the song on.
Like, you think you'd be living off pussy the rest of your life fine. Just fine.
Yeah, just put the song on and you'd be like...
And he's not like... It's not like he, like, went overweight or, like, lost all his teeth or, like, you know what I mean? Like, he still looks, like, Mystical. Like,
yeah.
Maybe Mystical's not the most attractive dude. I don't know. I'm not one to judge that. But, like, I feel like he doesn't need to be raping people.
Yeah, he looks the same as he did before, though.
Yeah, like, he looks the exact same. Maybe a little older.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he needs to be raping people.
Yeah.
But, I mean, R. Kelly as well.
Right.
But that's a preference thing. And well, let's leave R. Kelly alone.
Yeah, like we've already been on R. Kelly.
Let's leave R. Kelly alone. I still listen to R. Kelly.
Yeah, same here.
Yo.
Because he gets bangers.
He does have bangers. You can't take that away. Well, see, but that's almost one of those things. And, like, then I feel like certain people get to a certain level of celebrity where, like, no matter what they do, it still doesn't take away their past work. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like an R. Kelly.
Like me, like, I'm not too big on, like, last couple albums, Kanye, but because of like the early stuff, and
you
like
still respect him.
Well, like not me personally, like kind of like, but like his name is still like no matter how much other stupid shit he does, it's still like he's still like talked about.
Yeah.
And it's like if people still want to hear new music from him, because the first 3 albums were dope to me, like.
Yeah, they were. Late Registration was not as dope as the other 2, I don't think.
I agree. Yeah, that was my least favorite out of the 3.
Yeah, but they were all great albums. My only thing with Kanye is, like, he's made a lot of great music and makes a lot of great music.
A lot of great beats, too, for others.
He's made dope beats, but, like, there came a turning point in his career where he started getting a lot of different writers and producers to work on his albums with him, and it got to a point where I was like, I don't really know what Kanye's producing and what like everyone else is just doing.
Yeah.
And like I get the ideology of like
the 4th album I hated
of like combining great minds to create great product. Like I get that, but when you oversaturate it with like 25 great minds, it's like, what are you really doing aside from just isolating certain ideas that like? Because the thing is, like, people call it genius, but to me, I feel like anybody who's not a dummy who understands hip-hop and what good is can sit there and select from the 25 greatest producers of the time and writers of the time and pick like, that's fire, let's use this, that's fire. And maybe he's the one composing it all and putting it together, which makes him like kind of a almost like a Puff Daddy type of producer, or like a you know what I mean, like a Quincy Jones. And like and don't get me wrong, there's not
Dre does that too.
Yeah, Dre type of producer, you know, and don't get me wrong, there's not I'm not saying there's not a genius to that. Like, even a Rick Rubin is known for doing that kind of stuff, like, when he produces full albums.
Have you liked the last couple albums?
Of Kanye? No. And, not really. I didn't really peep Pablo, I'm not gonna lie, just because the other 2 before it, I was just like...
I think I heard songs off it, but I didn't really...
Yeah, I didn't really get into it. The only thing I peeped was the I Love Kanye DJ Premier remix. It was kind of dope.
Okay.
But with Kanye, man, he's dope, but like I just never know what is really from him, right? And like I used to credit him because I was like, well, even if he doesn't write everything, he's an ill producer. But then as the years have gone on, I feel like he's even been doing less of the direct producing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Watch the Throne was one of the last projects where like you got like raw Kanye production. And I could even be wrong on that. Like I'd have to check the credits. Like there could be a lot of co-producers.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's hit or miss when it comes to that stuff. Like I'm not against collaborating minds, but just like
the last thing I really liked him on was that French Montana song with Nas.
Yeah, and he doesn't even really spit.
And he doesn't really spit, but
he just sings in the auto-tune, and like that shit's dope. Did he do that beat? It sounds like it could have been him.
I don't know. I don't know on that one.
I like that song, that French joint. Yeah. Speaking of French too, what about him when him calling people weirdos for not having features on their songs or their albums, their full out albums?
So he's going at J. Cole.
Probably.
Well, who else is he talking about? Because who else is publicized as like going double platinum with no features on the last 2 albums? Like
Did Kendrick have any features?
Kendrick.
Oh yeah, there's a couple features.
Yeah, Kendrick had like features on all his projects.
I'm trying to think who else there would be. I guess everybody kind of relies on features in today's climate.
Yeah, and like.
And so that's ill at J. Cole. Like that's like the biggest accolade you could have as an artist is to produce and write your whole album and sell out.
If it's dope, because the first album he did that with, I love that album, the Forest Hill Drives.
Yeah.
I love that album, but then the last album, I wasn't too big on.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on the last album.
Like,
Forest Hills Drive is dope.
Like, if you're coming up with a dope project as good as Forest Hill Drives, like, and you're doing no features, complete, like, kudos to you, like, you're awesome.
Yeah.
But then, like, the last album, yeah, like, it wasn't really that good, so maybe you could have had features on it, like, and kind of, like, brought in some different production and...
Yeah. I feel like
it made it a better project. I don't know.
I feel like with J. Cole though, he's like kind of one of the like, he's kind of like an introvert type of dude, eh? Like a Nas. Like I feel like he doesn't like to like really be like seen and like.
But you know what this is though?
Like Eminem kind of. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they kind of like to stand there like, you know, and kind of like take full creative control, and then like they. As to where Nas in the years, I feel like has started to work with, you know, he's always kind of worked with more people, but like it never really seems right. Nas seems the most right when you can just tell like Nas got this beat and he just sat in his own dungeon and freaking wrote by himself. You know what I mean? Like those are always the best joints on his albums.
Yeah.
But he always tries to do those like features, like Accidental Murders with Rick Ross on the last one, and like, you know, and those joints I just never feel like really come out. Like that's not like what people want to hear from Nas. You know what I mean?
No.
I get him trying to, you know, but like.
But this gets to a point that I've been saying for a long time. Different people like, as far as like guys over the last couple of years, last like 10 years or whatever, somebody that like I don't think is a good idea to poke the bear to try and like it is J. Cole. Like I think like if somebody comes at him, he can fucking throw some fire at somebody. Like.
Yeah, because J. Cole's never really been in a beef.
And
has he?
No.
See, and that's like, that's like kind of like Nas. Like Nas had never really been in a beef until the Jay-Z thing.
And then Ether.
Yeah, I was just playing Ether for her the other night. She had never heard it.
Oh. Like
we were listening to Blueprint too.
It's almost like
she's like, "Whoa, is he talking about Nas?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, she's like, "Why?" Or like, so like seemed like surprised. I'm like, "You don't know about the Jay-Z and Nas beef?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You've never heard Ether?" She's like, "What's Ether?" I put it on. She's like, "No." Fuck Jay-Z. Like,
yeah.
I was like, "Yo, this shit's like."
But I think like I'm not sure if it's a good idea to poke J. Cole. Like,
I would agree with that actually. Like he's like,
because he might come out.
He'd come out of the cave, fucking burning fire at people.
Especially when his last album didn't. It wasn't like it did the numbers. It went platinum quick.
Yeah.
But after that, you didn't really hear much about it because I don't think it was really that good of a project.
Because the album before it was so much stronger,
and that's why it got so much
like
quick sales.
Yeah, and almost like kind of like Kendrick with Pimp a Butterfly. Like people thought Mad City.
Yeah,
Bad City was just so much.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a dope album, and then like, the numbers come up on the next one. But I think that happens a lot in hip hop. Like,
yeah, you put out a dope project. You won't.
You might not get the numbers on that one. You might not get the numbers on that one, but your next one.
Yeah, and even like a good example, I feel like too would be like, I don't know if this one did the numbers or not, but I feel like LL Cool J's 14 Shots to the Dome, which we were just talking about, one of my favorite albums of his actually, because it's all produced by Marley Marl. But that came out like just after Mama Said Knock You Out. But Mama Said Knock You Out was so big, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if Def Jam pushed the 14 Shots album. I've never seen a music video from it. Like I don't know what singles there were, or if they just put it out and expected it to ride off the coattails of Mama. But like
I don't remember that actually.
No one really remembers it. Like it's like I'll pull it out. It's a dope album to me. Like, and no one really like ever remembers it. Like. Or knew it existed, like, except for like LL fans, and, you know what I mean? Yeah, that one. It's all produced by Marley Marl.
Oh, wow, I've never seen this.
Yeah, I got it on vinyl too. It's a gem, like pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by buildings. And the Drink Champs they talked about that. I thought that was so funny. His fucking answer to it.
His response to it.
I always wondered what the fuck that meant. I always just thought it meant having sex, right? Like pink cookies in a plastic bag, like like a dick with a condom on, crushing the pussy up.
But then, like,
that's what I always thought it was.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the song he tries to play it off like that because he's like, the act of making love is. Like in the intro, and then the hook drop. Pink cookies in a plastic bag, getting crushed by buildings.
Yeah.
So I feel like he tried to pass it off like that's what it was. But like, yeah, man, it's got dope joints on it. All we got left is the beat. Fuck. Diggy down. It's got some like, it's like a hardcore hip hop album. But I feel like that was almost the same type of thing. I doubt it sold as well as like, you know, these follow-up albums we're talking about, but almost kind of like the same format. I feel like they didn't really push it and expected it to ride off the sales of the last one, because I think that does happen a lot. Someone put out a successful project that's good, and people, at the same time, I don't know if I would compare Mama Said Knock You Out to like Good Kid, Mad City either.
Right.
Like, it's got some jams, but I mean, as an overall album, I feel like Forest Hills Drive and Good Kid are probably better albums than Mama Said Knock You Out.
Yeah. But yeah, like, back to like the French Montana saying about, that's like weirdos. It's like, have you really heard a big song from French by himself?
No, that's the thing. Like his newest, biggest single, Unforgettable.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a Sway Lee song.
Pretty much.
French like doesn't hurt the song by his rapping, but like you don't turn that on to listen to French rap.
Exactly.
You turn it on for that hook. Yeah. Even though like,
and like
I can't figure it out with Nas and Kanye. Like you turn that on for Kanye's hook.
I like French's verse though.
Yeah,
I did like French's verse. I do.
French is like, people sleep on French. Like French has skill.
Yeah, what was the magic in the Easy line or whatever? Why Easy never got the magic?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, he has some lines in that. That whole mixtape, the Wave God, the mixtape, is a dope tape.
Yeah?
I got the tape, and it was like on repeat on my phone for a while. Like, even the joint with Quavo's okay. They got, but it's like all features. It's like only 2 solo songs on it.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like the 2, no disrespect, but not best songs on the project. But he's like, there's some joints on there, man. He's got one, with Puff Daddy and Jadakiss.
And like, I don't know.
Old man thing, or like something like that. It's like.
But I'm not even sure if I want to see a French and J. Cole.
Oh, those 2 go at it? I wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't want to see that. It's not.
No, because French.
It's like completely way 2 different artists.
And French like 10 years ago, maybe, but even then he was on his street shit, and then you'd have to like see some like, you know, so it probably wouldn't have ended up too well. But right. French nowadays is just in such a like good, positive place for the most part. That's why even the weirdo comments surprise me. It's like, why would you even like target out other people? I think it was just to make, and like no disrespect, 'cause I like French, but I think like it almost was a statement to make himself feel better about the fact that like maybe he's not the focal point of a lot of hit songs he's a part of. The one I will give him is All the Way Up.
Yeah.
I feel like he makes that song a hit. Like it would be a dope song with like Remy and Joe, but like the Shorty what you want, Shorty what you need, huh? Like that makes it a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't even need to rap on it. All he needs to do is put his little piece and make that a hit.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, like he had the ability to do that for other artists, but a lot of times when you listen to French, a lot of times it's for maybe the other person on the song. It's like with the point drawing you in. So I don't really feel like he has a right to say that. At least not if it's directed at J. Cole, but even all together, like I feel like if you can do an album without features and you can make a dope album people like, then all the power to you. Like you could have been talking about Jay-Z too.
Jay-Z had features.
Just Damian Marley and like his mom. There was like no like rap features.
When the list first came out, then when Beyonce's on the album.
Is she?
Yeah.
On what? Family Feud?
No, it's
Or like one of the bonus songs?
no one of like it's like I think the song after Family Feud or the song after that. It's like yeah, Beyonce's on there.
Even still, that's his wife.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
Damian Marley
yeah.
and his mom. You know what I mean? Like Damian Marley's just like for a hook, and actually Jay-Z wrote like that's a hook from I can't remember the artist's name, but like I heard Damian Marley do an interview and he said that he came to the studio and that hook is already on the song, but Jay singing it, and he's like, that's what I want you to do. So Damian's like, alright. And then he added kind of his couple twists on it,
Yeah.
but like basically like Jay-Z already had that planned out.
And like I've seen him say like he just kind of freestyled in the booth for like 15 minutes, and
Yeah.
and then just left, and then they just did, and they just chopped up what
Yeah.
out of that 15 minutes they chopped up whatever they liked
And then just kind of, yeah.
and put into it,
And so like Jay, I would say that album is very like
which is dope.
feature free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even just a couple choruses is nothing. Like J. Cole could add a couple choruses sang on Forest Hills Drive, and there is girls who sing on it. You know what I mean? They're just not famous girls. There's female vocalists on there, like Saint Tropez or whatever. I'm pretty sure.
On that one,
I feel like there's a female vocalist on that album.
the album before had like
The 2014 Forest Hills.
yeah, the album before that had like features like TLC and shit.
No, not like those big name ones though. Like I think 2014, like it doesn't have any big name features, but I think there's like some like just like female vocalists on there and on a couple songs that like just maybe not do the whole chorus but do some
I'm
singing.
gonna have to go back and listen because
I could be wrong. I could be mixing up some of the songs. I could be wrong. I know a lot of it is just like straight